So before we do a for loop, let's do the simplest form of loop, which is to loop through a list of items. Okay, so let's create a list. To make it simple, we'll just use numbers. Of course, you can use any arbitrary objects. Okay, doesn't matter. So at this point of time, my list has 5 items. Okay, so I will use the for loop. So you can see that when I type in the for, it will change to a different color. Okay, so FOR, it changes to another color. Okay, so you know that you are in the right track. Okay, then I need to introduce a temporary variable. So I can use any variable, for example, X. Okay, so X, I will use another keyword called in. So this is for each of these values in the loop, which is my list here. And I use the colon, okay, to start my loop. Okay, so after you enter, they will automatically create the indentation. Okay, remember we talked about the program structure. Okay, so this is important because it tells the system that, okay, this is part of the for loop here. So okay, let's make it simple. Okay, we will print the value out. So this x is this x here. Okay, yeah, it should be the same one so that I can get the values from this list. Okay, so let's test the loop up. Save it first. Same thing, we use the Python 3. Okay, and then we use the file name. I name this file as loops. So I use the loops. So you can see that it prints out the values in the list. Okay, to show you more on the program structure as well, you add in more code. So uh, you can use this x equals to x times 2 maybe. Okay, so once I get this value, that means 1. Okay, 1. So in here, okay, 1 times 2, this is 2. I will save it back to my x again. Okay, so I get the value here 1. Okay, so the 1 is here. I times it by 2. Okay, so 1 times 2 is 2. I will save it back to my temporary variable. Okay, so same thing for 2. Okay, 2 times 2 is 4. I will save it back so that I can use it to print. And so this is what the this sentence means. Likewise, I can do this times equals to 2. Okay, both have the same effect. Okay, remember the hex key is for you to write some comments, okay, to let your programmers, your fellow programmers know. Okay, so let's test it out. Okay, so now you can see that the values have been doubled. Okay, so this is for looping through a list. Okay, so this is very straightforward because I will just take any of these from the list and then do something to that. Next is the dictionary. So the dictionary is the curly brackets. Okay, the first one is your key, and then the second after the colon is your value. So let's create a few. So now in my dictionary, okay, I have 3 items. Okay, or the key value pair. So this is the key, this is the value. Okay, this is another key and value. Okay, and another key and value. Okay. So likewise, if you use another um, create another item with the same key, say 4. Okay, this value will replace this value. Yeah, of course, they will highlight to you say that they have duplicate keys. This is also a reminder to you that you have two the same keys. So for the first loop, okay, let's use K to represent key in dictionary. Okay, means K. Let's comment out this because we don't want to affect the result here. So now we are using this dictionary here. Okay. So in this line of codes here, this is to print the keys only. Okay, it doesn't matter the, okay, you can use any other variable. Okay, so let's test it out. So you can see that it only prints out the key. Okay, so sometimes you may just want the values and not the keys. So that's where we can modify this. Okay, we use the dictionary here. Okay, and then we use the key because this gives us the key. Okay, so by indexing this, okay, I can get the value of this. So once I run the loop, now instead of the keys, I get the values. And of course, you may say that sometimes you want to get both the key and the values at the same time. Okay. So now instead of just one, because now we need to print the key and the value, so we need to have two variables to hold this information. So we have A, then comma B, so we have two variables. Okay, instead of using the dictionary, I'm going to use the method called items. Okay, the dictionary will have its own methods. Okay, one of them is the items. So each item is a key value pair. So I'm going to get the value pair, key value pair, okay, for this loop. Okay, so now I don't need to use the indexing portion. I can just print out A and B, okay, directly. Okay, let's try it out. So now I have my key in my variable A and the value in variable B. And I can print them out row by row.